Hi, it's your man Bad Association. I just woke up, so forgive me if I don't look well put together. Then again, I am naked, and that has to do with this response video that I'm doing. Technically a tag, well, technically not even an actual tag. Hill Diggity didn't tag me. I'm upset at you for not tagging me in this, but it's okay because Dan Mara posted a video and she tagged everyone. So anyone who watched the video was tagged. I watched the video. I am now tagged. So it's giving me something to do right now before I make my next video, which will be a response on that February 15th, 2012 Watchtower, which I just found out about because I hadn't been on the computer this past weekend, or the past couple of days actually. I've just been doing other shit, you know, getting ready for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Really preparing. I even put on like 8 extra pounds already. So anyways, the first thing is taken care of. I'm naked. I'd prove it, but YouTube would frown upon that. The next thing is supposed to be 5 things about yourself. That's going to take me a little while to do, so I figured I'd start with number 3 as number 2. And number 3 is all the stuff in your wallet. I thought this would be interesting because my wife always gets on me about carrying certain stuff in my wallet that I shouldn't do, but I do it anyway. So, anyways, here's my wallet. No, regular man's wallet. Folds. Really like dark chocolate brown and leather. Right here, I don't know if the camera will be able to make that out, but there's a little penguin. My wife bought it for me. I don't think she realized there was a penguin on it when she first got it. It doesn't seem very manly, but hey, whatever. It's a penguin, so it's cool. You dig? Alright, so let's start with what I have in my wallet. I have money, which is actually quite rare. $13. The funny thing about this $13 is I'm sure it's for something, but I can't remember what, so I'm afraid to spend it. So that's probably going to be in there for a couple of days until I'm reminded why I have it. I have the first example of things you should not keep in your wallet. This is my account number and tracking number. I have this in there because I'm supposed to be putting my direct deposit in at my job, which I've been slacking on and haven't done in the past week and a half. So I have to do that. Hopefully this video will remind me to do it today when I go in. What else? I have a couple of receipts from Walmart. Go to Walmart a lot. It's right down the street. I get all my stuff from there. These particular ones was for a late night snack run, so I got like some Sprite and some chips and cookies on there. This one is more of that. So there you go. I ate some bad stuff, obviously. I have lots of business cards, but places that I probably don't plan to go back to. The funny thing is a lot of them are from places in Boston, and obviously I don't live in Boston anymore, so it doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I think I'm a mini hoarder. I used to always try to keep things, but my wife helps me get rid of them. So anyways, that's a one from Enterprise, which I will go back to. I used them not too long ago when I got into my car crash. I actually have 2 from Enterprise because we had to buy a car that weekend, so I got another one from the guy who sells cars. If this is boring, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the 5 things about me, but I think this is kind of interesting. See all the stuff we have in our wallets. I'm going to pull it all out. That's because there's actually a lot of shit inside of here, which is probably why I can't sit straight when I have my wallet in my back pocket. I'm always kind of leaning up.
And these are used to make the sauce.
Damn, Mara's video. A dime just fell out my wallet, so look at that. $13.10. Okay, what else do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 forms of photo ID. I know that is really, really bad, but hey, I got it. I got one from when I worked at UPS. I kept this one because this was my favorite picture at the time. I really liked this picture of myself, but I was upset that it was in black and white. But I actually smiled. I had a nice little haircut. Not bad, right? Then I have my license from when I was 16. I'll block out all the info. Show you what I looked like at 16. Scrawny little thing, right? Then I have my license from when I turned 21. Say that. filling out a little more. Then I have the one that I just received less than a month ago from North Carolina, which I actually hate. Makes me look like it's a mugshot, but you know, it's official. So yeah, look at that. 4 forms of ID. If that doesn't make it bad, I also have my Social Security card, which I'm not supposed to carry inside of my wallet. I know. I have business card, insurance card, business card. This is a shopper assistant card. I had this when I worked at Food Lion. We had to use these to override any changes in price or corrections on the self-checkout things, which they stopped using like a week after I got it, and I just kept it. I don't know. I used to get locked out of my house a lot because I would forget my keys or lose my wallet. So I started just keeping like really stiff cards around so that I can get into my house, which I probably can't even do now because I have a bolt lock. Whatever. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I have 6 different cards to pay for things. Not one is a credit card. I had one credit card when I turned 18 and I maxed it out and didn't really pay it, so now I have bad credit and can't get a credit card. I'm working on fixing that. But in the meantime, I've had this card from Kelly Services, which is a pay card, which my direct deposit goes to. I have another one of those for my new job at Tivana. And what do I have? This is a prepaid debit card, one of the ones you can order. This is a Rush card. They have Young Money cards now and stuff like that. But it's basically just a prepaid card. You put the money on it and use it. I had problems getting a bank account, if you can't tell, because of someone who fucked me over when I was fresh out of high school, and they ended up saying that I owed the bank like $2,500, but they actually had cleared the funds, but now they said that I owe like over $3,000, so it's hard for me to get a bank account, which is not true, so I have to fix that. So that's why I have these pay cards, in case you were wondering. And then I have 3 separate debit cards. One is from Wachovia, which I haven't even activated yet. There's nothing even on that. Then I have a joint card with my wife. It's a breast cancer card. Then I have my own personal account there, which is the National Trust for Historic Preservation, because I think history is extremely important and everyone should learn about the history. If you don't learn about history, you are doomed to repeat it. That goes for countries, that goes for kings, that goes for everyone. Then I also have those different reward cards that you get from different stores. Like, I have this one for a cinema, which I have no idea how it works, because I don't think I would be able to get free movie tickets. I have one from GameStop, which I use a lot. I have an MVP card for Food Lion, which I don't use anymore since I don't work there anymore. One for Lowe's Food, which I've probably been there twice. Another business card from CarMax, which is where my wife just got her car. They're an awesome business, and that dude was freaking awesome. And I have one from Kmart, which I used once because I went there to buy some batteries, and they were cheaper. So that is everything that's in my wallet, but will not be in there after this because just saying it out loud, I realize how completely unsafe that is. I have 4 forms of photo ID, like 6 credit cards, a Social Security card, insurance card. Like, someone could be me if they take this. So this will be remedied right now. Now, to the 5 things about myself. Number 1, I have tattoos. I'll have more tattoos eventually, but as of right now, this is where I am. A lot of people ask me the meaning of them and things like that, but they all have obviously personal meanings to myself. But at some point, I know I'm going to have some just to have some, because I don't know, I like tattoos. It's body art, and I'm really artsy. I like going to museums and exhibits and things like that, and I study different artists and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of a way of turning, I guess, my body into a work of art, even though after I die, it'll all disintegrate and no one will be able to see it. But, I don't know. I like them. They're cool to me, so that's why I have them. If you don't like them, then don't get some. That's number 1. Number 2. What do I want to tell y'all about me? Number 2. I'm only 5'10", sometimes 5'11", I guess if I do a good stretch. That always upsetted me because I come from a big family, a lot of boys, and I'm the shortest out of all of them. Yes, I was the last born, but I feel like I got the scraps of the genes. All my brothers are over 6 feet and like have been scouted for basketball teams and shit like that. And I've only dunked maybe like 5 times in my entire life. So I've always kind of not really liked my height, but as I get older, I start to accept myself more, and I'm like, hey, this is what it is, so take it or leave it. My wife takes it, so I guess that's what it is. Alright, so that's number 2. Number 3, I'm really into music. In case y'all don't know, I posted a couple videos up here of me doing different freestyles, and I got a lot of other songs that I've done that I haven't posted up just because they weren't like professionally done, so the sound probably won't come out the best on computer speakers. But I love music. I studied music production, and from like high school, and then I did it in college as well. Then I did some freelancing stuff. Basically anything to do with music. I had a radio show at one point, which I freaking loved. I performed in this thing called Brockton Idol, which is a town in Massachusetts, and it's kind of like American Idol, obviously, but in Brockton. And me and my boy got to perform in front of some producers and some record label execs, and we won. We actually won a trip a week to Bermuda, which we ended up not going to. That's a whole other story. But won a trip to Bermuda for a week, and the executives told us that, hey, if we had a CD ready right now, they'd sign us. So that was really awesome. But I'm at the point now where I don't want to be signed. I don't want to be some sort of big major artist. I just want to be able to have 100% full creative control over my projects. Which reminds me, don't think I forgot about those Kingdom Melody remixes. Still working on them. Just been doing a lot of stuff at home and at work, so I haven't really had the time, but I'm definitely going to get on them. I've already come up with the ones that I'm going to remix, so be looking out for those. Also, if anyone would like to hear some of the older songs that I made, I can definitely post them up on here, and y'all can critique them all you want. Not to be cocky, but my verses are the shit. I always try to tell a story through my music, and not just a whole lot of talk, not just a whole lot of stuff that rhymes. I like to tell stories. So maybe you'll pick that up in my lyrics. Maybe you won't. Either way, that's up to y'all. If y'all want to hear them or not, let me know. Write it down in the comment thing or inbox me. So that's number 3. That I'm really into music. Number 4. Number 4 about myself. I'm really big into superheroes. I know that, I'm growing up or whatever like that, but I'm really big into superheroes, and it's really hard to pinpoint why. I've tried to pinpoint, maybe there's some deep psychological issue that I don't know about that connects me to them or something like that, but I don't know, like, any superhero movie that comes out, I have to see it. I read, like, every comic book whenever I go inside of Barnes & Nobles or Borders, just because, I don't really have the money to keep buying them, and then I really don't have the space to put them, so, I just read them a lot like that, and I retain a lot of information, so I do that, and drives my wife crazy because she can't really stand superhero movies that much. But I've been kind of getting her into them lately. Like, she saw Captain America with me. She freaking loved it. She saw Thor. She thought it was okay, and I thought that was cool because she's starting to, I guess, critique movies the same way I do. So she saw things that I didn't like, things I did like it could have been longer, they should have stretched, just different things. I'm not really getting off topic, but I don't really want to get further into it just because I'll make this video extremely long talking about superheroes, which I can do. Matter of fact, she even calls me Sheldon. If any of you watch The Big Bang Theory, you'll understand why. Excuse me. Alright, that was number 4. Number 5. I guess number 5 should be something really deep, really personal, something like that. I'm not really sure what there is that's really deep about me. I'm really hard with these kind of things, with just telling people about myself. I do really well with people asking me questions. I'm an open book, but you gotta turn the pages, if you understand what I'm saying. Let me guess. The 5th thing about myself. would be, I thirst for knowledge. I thirst for knowledge of like anything, honestly. Like there were times where I was having bad spells when I couldn't work for a long time, or I'd be out of work for a little while. And what I basically did with my time was, between YouTube and Wikipedia and other sources, I would just gain mad knowledge on stuff. I would just start researching things, just start looking up whatever little thing popped up in my head that morning. Like I could wake up and be like, oh, I saw this thing on the news, and they were talking about this cool cake recipe. So I'll look up the cake recipe, and then in the middle of looking up the cake recipe, I'll see some spice that I never heard of before. So then I'll start researching the spice. Then I'll find out where the spice comes from, find out what country it comes from. Start researching the country, researching the people, what they do there, and just how it's processed. And then somehow that'll stream off into music, because music always gets thrown in there somehow. And it's almost like a really sick, what is it called? The Kevin Bacon thing, 6 degrees of separation. It's like a sick 6 degrees of separation with me, because I can almost interconnect anything given the amount of time. And I guess that's kind of how my mind works as well. I'll hear something and find a way to connect it with something else that I know, or that I'm interested in, or that I think can further along the topic of discussion. Yeah, so that's 5 things about myself. I don't remember all the 5 things I just said, so rewind me if you want to hear them. So yeah, I got naked. I showed you all the stuff in my wallet, and I told you 5 things about myself. So yeah, that's my tag video for today. Maybe you learned a little more about me. Maybe you feel a little closer, a little more connected, a little more in tune, in sync. See what I mean? If not, fuck it. Bad association. Oh no!